What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, one of the best places on the internet to get NFL draft content. And it's not just content, we're bringing you real life stories, real life human beings, some of the world's best athletes. And guys, this gentleman right here is one of the best linebackers in the 2024 NFL draft. Started off his career at HBCU at North Carolina and at A&T, and then in Wake Forest, the true epitome of a field general. And I don't say that lightly. One of the guys who absolutely lights it up on the screen when you watch his highlight reel, an absolute leader amongst men. Ladies and gentlemen, 2024 NFL draft prospect, Jacob Roberts, linebacker, Wake Forest University. How are you today, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing? Thank you, playing.
Absolutely, man. Super happy to have you on the show. Dude, you're from North Carolina originally, correct? Is that right?
Yes, sir. Charlotte.
Oh, man. Shout out to the Emerald City, man. That's awesome, man. Take us from the beginning, man. What was it like growing up, and when did you first fall in love with the game of football?
So I started it about when I was 6 years old. Played flag football. Was pretty good at that, so we got moved up. Played with the older guys. Started playing tackle. I always played with this coach called Coach Tank. So growing up, I always had Coach Tank as my coach all the way up into middle school. And I went to middle school, 7th grade, tried out for the team. I got cut. So I came back the next year, 8th grade at Ridge Road Middle, and I made the team, playing running back and linebacker. And then going into high school, I wanted to go into one of the best high schools in the country at the time, Mallard Creek. So I came into Mallard Creek as a freshman, tried out, got cut as a freshman. So I played rec ball my freshman year while I was in high school. Came back sophomore year, tried out again, ended up making the team as a tight end, a position I never played before, and I ran down on kickoff. So during the season, I was knocking dudes' heads off on kickoff. I'm like, man, we got to move this kid up on varsity in the playoffs. So moved up, played varsity kickoff in the playoffs, had 3 tackles in the playoff game, my first varsity game off a kickoff. And then after that, it was like, maybe this kid is a linebacker. Played linebacker my junior year, didn't start to the playoffs of that year. Went to the state championship and ended up winning defense MVP. Then my senior year, I broke out. I had like 120 tackles, all state, Shrine Bowl game invite and stuff like that. Was under recruited. Ended up having 2 offers, and North Carolina A&T was my first offer, and I committed there, and the rest is history. So
perseverance. It's never given up, man. To change sports here for a sec. Also a North Carolina native. I'm sure you know where I'm going with this. Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
He got cut. I think it was freshman year of high school or something like that. And then he came back. Man, you got cut 2 times.
Yeah, middle school and high school. But I didn't let that define me. A lot of times, kids might get down or, might give up and don't see that light at the end of the tunnel. But, I always knew that, I can play with the guys that were on the team, and I just had to catch the coach's eye in a different way. So, I never gave up, came back the next year and made the best of my opportunity.
Dude, that's amazing, man. That's amazing. You have a lot of heart. And when people say, "Oh, this person has heart," it gets overused, it becomes mediocre and kind of loses its power. No, man, you actually really have a lot of heart, man, and you're football intellectual as well too, man. I mean, it shows. You've played. You mentioned running back. You were on a kickoff. They put you randomly at tight end, which you're a pretty good height and stuff like that. But you really found your niche, man, at the linebacker position. Okay.
I went to A&T my freshman year. Started probably about after the 7th game. Ended up being all conference and a freshman All-American. Went into my sophomore year, starting the whole season. Ended up being a sophomore All-American, all conference. No, sophomore year was COVID, but my sophomore year on the field. So it was my 3rd year in school. And then my last year at A&T, I was all conference. Entered the transfer portal once my head coach got fired. I already had graduated early, so I was thinking about leaving. So once I hit the portal, it was kind of new to me because I woke up the next day and I had all these schools giving me on Twitter and it was like a new feeling because I didn't have that coming out of high school. So I
Yeah.
had a lot of big name schools hit me up, but Wake Forest was always a school I wanted to go to. Growing up an hour down the road.
Mhm.
So once they offered me, I came on a visit, and I committed on the spot.
Dude, that's amazing, man. And look at that, man. It's for people who are watching this, whether they play football or not, they could be into a math club. I don't care what it is, right?
Mm,
Never give up. You don't
right.
give up, man. Great things could happen right around the corner. I mean, you mentioned you had 2 offers coming out of high school.
Hmm.
You stick to the plan. You commit to North Carolina A&T, and then fast forward, man, you have all these different schools at your doorstep. Like
Yeah.
trying to act all brand new, like that.
Yeah, it was definitely nice to have that, to have a number of schools and options uh, that I can
Mhm.
go to. But
Yeah.
like I said, Wake Forest was my dream school coming out of high school. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't have it, no other way.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I got to ask you, what was your aha moment where you realized, like, man, I am not your average college football player, man. I could potentially be a professional NFL professional football player one
Um,
day.
I would say my last game of my freshman year,
Hmm.
we was in the HBCU National Championship in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Atlanta Falcons Stadium,
Yeah.
playing on ABC. And I caught an interception, dropped it
Hmm.
to the flats, and returned it to like the 5 yard line. Ended up winning defensive MVP of that game. So, and we won. So I definitely would say, that moment, I'm like, okay, I can really make something out of this football stuff. So,
What motivates you? Because you have several opportunities to quit, to get discouraged. Many people would have. What takes and motivates you, man?
just honestly, my family, uh, my mom, my dad, they always push me to be great ever since I was little. Getting up and doing things the right way and showing me how it's done. But other than that, I would just say me getting cut honestly motivated me even more. Uh, because I know what type of player I am. I know what I'm capable of, and and when I wasn't given an opportunity, or when I didn't make the team, I knew that I was better than that. I knew that I can make an impact on Mallet Creek football or Ridge Road Middle Ravens at the time when I got cut. So I always keep that in the back of my mind, even now when I'm training down here in Florida,
Mhm.
going through this draft process. Just to be great. I remember where you came from, and this is nothing new. At the end of the day, this is football. When you step out on that field, it comes down to running, tackling, and all the little things. So, it ain't bigger than don't make it bigger than what it is. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Keep the main thing, as they say.
right.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. Very cool. What would you say? Because there's a good amount of it's a pretty fair amount of really good linebackers in this year's draft, man. Then there's
Mhm.
you, an absolute standout. You led the team in tackles as well. And what's dope about your statistics, man, you've statistically grown. You know what I mean in your game, right? Not only what you've put on film, but what's on paper as well too. You shine in
Mhm.
both places. What's something that sets you apart from other linebackers in this year's draft?
Swiss Army knife. I can do a little bit of everything. I can run. I can drop in coverage. I can blitz. I could just be an overall playmaker, and that's some of the things that a lot of players lack. They can do one thing but can't do the other. I feel like I can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you're a hybrid, man. Absolutely. You could
That's
definitely
fair.
you see some guys where like I remember watching a game last year. I was like, man, this guy's really good at stopping the run, but
Mhm.
cannot take and stop the pass. And
Yeah.
it seems like there's one guy or a few guys on every single NFL team. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And what's dope, you're not a situational guy. You could be in all the situations. You know
All
what I
right.
mean?
Every
So
down guy, versatile.
absolutely, that's what you bring to the table. Leads me to my next question, man. Who are some linebackers that you model your game after?
I would say Luke Kuechly, obviously being from North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
I gotta go with the hometown guy. He's just a smart dude. His
Mhm.
IQ, he knows the play before it happens. And I would say in today's era, Roquan Smith,
Oh, okay.
his mentality, he attacks every play like it's last. And every team would love a guy with that
Mhm.
mentality on the field. So those two guys definitely some guys I look up to and watch.
That's dope, man. That's so awesome. You mentioned your training down in Florida. How's your training going, man? And what are some things that you're doing to give yourself the edge going into your pro day or combine?
It's going good. In Florida,
Yeah.
training with Perform, very good facility. Just improving every day in every aspect of the game, whether it's doing my vert, working my stance and start for my 40, or even position drills. So we're just out here getting it in every day, just trying to be the best player that we can be. So when our pro day comes, we can perform at the level that we need to.
Earlier that, like, man, you are every down type linebacker, which is amazing. There's not an NFL team that don't exist that cannot benefit from you. You know what I mean? Like, you will be adding value the moment you step on that field, which is beautiful. Got to ask you, man, are there some, in your opinion, in your observation of yourself, are there some schemes that you feel bring out some of your strongest qualities that you like a lot?
I would say to choose one because I played in a lot of schemes, having three defensive coordinators throughout my college career. So I've done a little bit of everything and excelled in all of the schemes.
Yeah.
But some of the schemes that I played in the most, I'd probably say a 4-2-5. That's what you see more often these days. So I definitely excel in that scheme. But I can play in a lot of schemes and excel in it. So.
That's amazing. That's amazing. What habits have attributed to your success?
Keeping my head down and grinding, trusting the process, and having people around you believing in you and trusting the process as well. You're as good as your company, and I feel like the company that I have around me has definitely helped me with my success and throughout this journey. So I would definitely say my people that's around me, my circle.
Love it, man. Who are some people who helped for you to get to where you are today? I know you mentioned about your mom and dad. Is anybody else, any coaches or?
I said Coach Tank, uh, one of my high school coaches, Coach Stone, my best friend Trenton Simpson. He's an NFL linebacker, plays for the Baltimore Ravens. Played with him in
Oh
high
yeah,
school, so we've been close for a really long time. That's someone I
yeah,
talk to every day,
yeah.
and no matter what it is, we always stay close, always motivating each other, and always here for each other. So yeah.
That's dope, man. That's awesome. It's always good to have good people in your circle because, man, once NFL, and I'm sure Trent could take and tell you this, you have cousins that you never knew existed. And
I already know. Yeah.
there'll be the girl who you never had a shot with before. All of a sudden, you're George Clooney,
You're
man.
right. You're right. You're right.
Out there, like, come on, man.
Right. Nah.
Yeah. Remember the time I held the door open for you, man? I'm a good person, man. Come on. All that stuff, man. We mentioned about like your journey, man, from literally your career could have ended in middle school, pretty much.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you have such a great foundation as a person, as a human being. You've done so much, man. Have you hit your ceiling yet? Do you feel?
I feel like the best is yet to come.
Yeah.
Like you see from my college film and the stats, I just keep improving and keep getting better, and it doesn't stop now. So
Love it. And I gotta ask you, man, what are some of your goals year one coming into the NFL, man? It's gonna be a whole new team, whole new defensive coordinator, new coach, all that, new scheme potentially. What are some of your goals year one in the NFL once your name is called?
obviously, be on the active roster, 53-man roster, and
Mhm.
as most rookies do, compete on special teams. So lead the team, special teams tackles, and work as hard as I can to be able to get reps out there on defense. So just being out there and being on the team is a blessing in itself. So.
That's one of my favorite questions here, man. NFL teams do a lot of research from scouts, people interviewing you. They sometimes even ask weird questions I've heard. I won't repeat. Uh, they want to know as much as they can about the player. But what's something you want NFL teams and NFL scouts who watch this who take and watch this video? What's something you want them to know about you that perhaps they may not know already?
You're gonna get the best out of me every time I step out on the field. I'm a competitor. Um, I'm a guy who loves to work in the community and give back. You're gonna get a dog. Someone's gonna take advantage of every opportunity he gets, and it's gonna come in every day ready to work.
Love it, man. You're a humble beast, man. I'm excited, man. I'm really, really excited for you, man. What you put out on the tape and who you are as a person, as a human being, is very contagious, man. And the more people hear this story, man, the story of perseverance, of hard work, of putting your best out there on the field, man, like you're gonna crush it at the next level, man. It's no if, man. So I'm excited for you, man. And thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Definitely, man. Before you go, man, any shout outs?
Shout out my mom, my dad, and my grandma. Get mad if I wouldn't shout her out, so I'm gonna shout out my grandma.
Hey, grandma. How you doing? That's awesome, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all folks, the folks at Touchdown Nation, to go down below in the description of this video. Go ahead and give him a follow. And when I say follow him, watch the story, man, unveil and all the greatness that's going to take and come. There's no way that you do not get inspired. Also, as well, be sure to comment below. Let us know how this interview made you feel. And we'll see y'all next time on the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Thank you for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.